Hey, g'day everybody, welcome back to the show. Today is the 24th of May, and I just finished a mission, which was a really, really big one. The first time one of our teams attempted this, we failed. The second time, it looks like we've succeeded. And what have we done? Now, who has heard of the Saturn moon matrix? Anyone know what I'm talking about? Well, look, first things first, if everything that I'm going to talk about appears in this video, and it's a long lecture about why Earth is such a weird place and what's going on here. It actually describes the source of all evil, which is not a small thing, you know. And it's not Satan or Lucifer either. Like, everybody seems to think that they're at the top of the food chain, but they're not. And so this video here describes that. Now, black cube technology is a really key technology for our enemy. You see, black cubes are something that they're able to punch through the space-time continuum. Where, you know, they break through the space-time continuum from their universe, from their mirror world, from their inverted universe. They punch through, and the thing that they use as a gateway is a black cube. Now, they've installed one on Saturn, they've installed one inside the moon, and they're using that energy to force the creation of one on Earth. And it's this Saturn moon matrix is about using the power of the planets or celestial powers to create a control matrix here. Now, these black cubes are specifically built to frame ideas in human minds. They're specifically built to project bunk concepts into human beings. And they're really good at it. Like, this is technology that they've perfected over a long time, used it on many, many planets. It's a big problem. It's been very, very easy for them to install one on Saturn, and another one that they've installed inside the moon. And we think that they parked the moon here, that the moon is not originally built into Earth orbit. We think it's brought here somehow. But, you know, like, the physics of that is unfathomable for us. But there are reasons why we think that, and we'll get to them in a second. Now, using the celestial powers of Saturn, and Saturn is about, you'll love this one, finance, law, and power. And so that's the masculine side of this story. And that, like, finance, law, and power are just critical to controlling a planet. Like, and so to have all of the finance, legal, and power energies warped to their towards their goals is a key part of holding control of a planet. And on the feminine side, you have the moon. One of the key things that it puts out there is victimhood. The moon projects victimhood. And so you have control, power, law, and finance, or power, law, and finance, with the victim feminine. And those two energies come together to project into Earth, which creates a triangle between Saturn, the moon, and the Earth. And by projecting this distorted energy, it creates an environment where their goals can be met. But, you know, like everything we see that the enemy really values and really likes, we go out there and wreck it, because we love smashing this stuff. You know, we absolutely love it. It's like what gets us out of bed in the morning. And it's actually the thing that brings all of our teams together. We're all very, very satisfied with the concept of smashing the dark side stuff. And this is a really interesting part about the moon. The first attack on this matrix was by one of our teams, and we reduced the Saturnian output by about 50%. It didn't destroy it, but we hit it really hard. And very, very soon after that, the papers for Biden's impeachment came out, which we thought was rather entertaining. But when we went to the moon on this mission this evening, this is where it gets really interesting. There were at least 140 Sorry, we saw many wells, many storage areas for captured souls, and they were from at least 140 species, and some of them were there for so long, like 50,000 years or more, that we think that the moon, like there's this theory floating around that the moon has been parked here to project its energy on Earth. And like, yeah, but like this is just another little piece of evidence, because the souls that we found there, the story would make sense if the moon had gone through from planet to planet to planet and soaked up and captured souls from each different planet with all the different species that they've had available to them there. And it's weird stuff. And for us to say the word weird, it's not a small thing at all. But some very weird beings came out. Some of them were Gaia offered to look after some of them. Shiva offered to look after some of the others. Central Sun was where we sent the rest of them, because we got this is not the first time we've released captured souls, but it's just been so many that we don't know. It's just really not our remit to look after them anymore. Like, we can't stop and care for all of the wounded that have that we find along this trail, because like if we spent time doing that, then we may not reach the objective of actually liberating Earth from the great nothing, from the great evil that is here. Yeah, when we went to Saturn, we did find four kinds of beings, captured souls of 4 different beings, none of which were human, but some of them were very old and very interesting. So what we are seeing is that false light energy that was traveling in a triangle between Saturn, the moon, and Earth is all but shut down, is right down to a whisper. Less than 1% of the original energy flow. And also they have failed to create, to project enough energy to create the giant black cube that they wanted for Earth, which would have made the global health emergency unavoidable if they had succeeded. But they failed. And so, that incomplete item will be a target for one of our later missions. But yeah, I just thought I'd update you. Another big victory for humanity, another big victory for planet Earth. God bless us all. Now, naturally, this is the part where I say, if you watch this video all the way to the end, I must be interesting enough for you to like and subscribe to my video. If you can press those buttons, that would help us a lot. It just means that this message gets out there further. Also, one of the teams, the Jedi Council, wants to have an open meeting for the 21st of June, the solstice, which, will be there. It'll be interesting. I haven't attended one of their parties before, but this is not one of my teams. This is a team that I fly. This is an independent team that I fly with just to support them. So they're having a party, and they asked me to invite all of you. So get onto my Facebook. All the details will be there. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.